Well, good afternoon, good morning, and of course, good evening, depending on where you are joining me from. This is Danette Ross, the Systems and Implementation Strategy, aka Strategy Lady, trying to still get things flowing with how Instagram is coming in. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw that thing to you. Y'all forgive us. Glad to be here with you. Y'all know what it is. If you didn't, it's time to ask somebody. I'm just acting crazy. I'm just playing. Listen, it's day 48, and I'm extremely excited to have you all joining me here for yet another segment of the Strategic Leadership Mastery Series. Today, we are going to dive into another topic, and it's titled Beyond Strategy: Nurturing Success Through Inclusive Leadership. This is a topic that I really truly believe every consultant truly needs to hear, female CEO who runs a business. You really need to hear this. I'm always excited about topics such as this. We've been building, if you notice, for the last 48 days to get us where we need to go as leaders. We should be strategic and be the leaders that we know we desire to be, and for us to master those things. So I'm always excited about bringing you things that I truly believe are extremely helpful for you. Now, joining me, I'm quite sure who I am. My name is Danette Moss, Business Systems and Implementation Strategist, aka the Strategy Lady. All right, my favorite place as always, letstalkstrategies.com, where I enjoy working with successful, oh, you're all successful if you're in business, 6 and 7-figure female CEOs. Go from overcoming their business, of course, to putting it on rinse and repeat. Repeat, Lord, repeat, y'all. I'm all about helping you. Literally, put your business on rinse and repeat. Go from overwhelmed, okay, to literally setting that business up for sustainable growth. I do this, generally speaking, using a four-step framework that simplify, automate, systematize, and streamline your business. That's the reason I'm here to share information that I truly believe is helpful for you to take your life and your business to the next level. So we're going to dive into the topic of goal line strategy. We went through some things about goal setting on yesterday. We dug a little deeper. Now we're going to continue to graduate as we take this year out. We're going to go beyond strategy and nurture our success through what? Inclusive leadership. There's a lot going on out here in these corporate and streets here, and we want to make sure that we align up correctly so that we can really, really help our clientele get where they need to be, right? And that's having the success that we need to have. So if you're just now joining me, whatever area that you're joining me from, tell me in the comments section where you're joining me from. I'd love to connect with you and would love for you to interact with me. We're going to go ahead and we are going to jump into our topic of discussion as we delve into the essence of strategic leadership and, of course, how female CEOs, consultants can elevate their roles as business owners. So I want you to buckle up, put that seatbelt on, don't go anywhere. But make sure you reach over to your desk, grab that sheet of paper, pen, and pencil, and let's get ready to go on a transformative journey for about 20 to 30 minutes here, okay? First, I really want you to recognize that as we go on this journey of the Strategic Leadership Mastery Series, I know I talk a lot about strategies and all of that. But as a leader, we have to be strategic. So today, I want you to recognize that strategic leadership isn't just about making decisions, although we do have to make some. It's not just about that, okay? It is all about fostering an inclusive environment, okay? It really is. So I want to share some steps that I believe you should adhere to or consider at least as you go on this journey as a female CEO or consultant, a woman who operates strategically as a leader and understands the importance of mastering her business, mastering her skills and her talents, those God-given talents and skills. Okay. First things first, we need to define your inclusive vision. Okay. And the way that you do this is you start by crafting a vision that embraces diversity. We have to this day and time, and it's just who I am with this day and time. I believe it's just something that we should definitely incorporate into our business model. This picture a workplace where every voice matters. You remember how that felt when you were in corporate? You wanted your voice to matter. Picture that for your business. Every voice matters. Every perspective contributes to success. Your vision sets the tone for your entire organization. So it's extremely important for you to grab a hold of that vision, craft it, embrace it, make it yours, but make sure that you're embracing diversity as you do this. Okay. Our topic again of discussion is all about going beyond just strategy, nurturing success through inclusive leaderships. And that's who we are. We want to do this the right way as leaders. Now, step two, let's talk about cultivating inclusive leadership. We got to massage this thing. Again, it's not enough to be a leader as well. We would strive to be an exclusive leader, encouraging what? Open communication. Okay, extremely important. Actively listen to diverse viewpoints, extremely important, and ensure that everyone feels heard in your organization. All right, because remember, inclusivity starts from the top and it filters down. You can look at it in a way that how we do and deal with things in our own business structure. But if you are a consultant and you're going into corporations, that is top of mind. It's the big thing that everyone's talking about, and it's something that you truly should consider. You got to have an active listening ear. You have to. And you got to be open to listen to and understand and grab hold of diverse viewpoints. This is going to make sure that everyone who's included, that's involved, that's around you, feels like they play a role in this, okay? So make sure that you adapt that step 2 definitely. Cultivating positive leadership is a must if you plan on being successful and maintaining success and having success in your business. Now let's talk about step number 3 as our topic at hand, and that is implement. You know I'm all about implement. Time to take some action. Implement inclusive practices, okay? So, in a nutshell, translate vision into action. So we can always talk about it, but we got to be about it. Take the action, the necessary steps that you need to take. And this goes by you doing a couple things here. One, as you do this, you need to review your hiring practices. What type of practices do you have in place? Do they align as a consultant as you go into these corporations? You're dealing with, being diverse and dealing with inclusive, things that need to be in place as an inclusive leader. I'm going to keep putting that out there. You need to make sure that you review your hiring practices, making sure that that's included in it. Also, review your mentorship programs and your workplace policies. These things truly matter as a consultant as you go in, as you're serving other people, or if you have team members coming in with you. These things are extremely important for corporations. They matter and it's top of mind to them. I need you to make sure that you clearly understand the importance of identifying and eliminating any biases as a female CEO and a consultant. It's important. I believe that a level playing field truly empowers everyone. And as a business owner, a successful female CEO, you need to adopt that. You have to. You cannot feel like just because you're the business owner that you can just act or show up and just do whatever it is you feel like you want to do. Yes, it's your business, but you'll be out of business soon if you don't adopt these things that we're talking about. Let's move on to step 4 as we address going beyond strategy and, of course, nurturing success through inclusion. leadership. Step number 4 is a big one. And we've been talking about it because, again, we're on day 48, and we've touched on it several times in the Strategic Leadership Mastery series. And that is invest in professional development. It's going to help you address and deal with and understand how to walk through being diverse and leading in a most inclusive way as a female CEO. So invest in professional development. Empower your team by investing in their growth. Empower yourself by investing in the growth that you're gonna need to truly have the success that I know you desire to have as a successful female CEO, okay? You gotta invest in some training in order to grow. You gotta, provide the mentorship that people are looking for, that they need. Training is gonna be extremely important, and make sure that you also look for opportunities for yourself for skill development, okay? Self-development is important, but skill development. Listen, we are all not gifted fully in every area, but, I believe that gifts come naturally from God, right? But skills are not a natural thing necessarily. Sometimes we have to go get the training, right? Remember, opportunities for skill development, keep it open. Talk to your team members. Make sure that they understand the importance of staying top of their game, staying ahead of the trends, getting the training that they need so they can show up, right? This is gonna help you and your organization, okay? Now, step number 5 of today's topic comes down to what I talked about yesterday, what I talked about day before yesterday. I think I hit on it 3 days in a row, celebrating your success. Again, if you don't celebrate your success, no one else will. Acknowledge the achievements of your success and acknowledge the achievements of your team members, your virtual assistants, aka your VAs, your junior admins. Celebrate them. Celebrate their achievements, big and small. This is a big thing when it comes to nurturing success through inclusive leadership. Celebrating is important. Yeah, oftentimes we go into corporate America, and sometimes in corporate, we find ourselves just hitting that hammer down on what's not working. But when you celebrate people, people show up to do the work at hand because they feel like they matter. They don't feel like they're just standing up under your big toe and you're stepping on them. When you celebrate them and you acknowledge what they've done, tell them how much you appreciate and you reward them, they feel good. So whether it's a big or small achievement, celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. Celebrate the unique contributions of your team members. I believe that mm, a cultural, a culture, a culture, tongue tie of recognition boost morale and reinforces the value of diversity. And I encourage you to really, really go back and listen to these steps I share with you all. And if you haven't, or if you're not adopting these in your business model, I encourage you to do so. I really do. I encourage you to look at it as you craft out embracing diversity in your business because if it's not, the business is not going to last long because everyone's looking for it. It's front and center, top of mind. And I'm encouraging you to adapt to it. Go back, listen, revisit it, take notes on it, give yourself a checkup from the neck up. See if that's something that you have adapted into your business. If not, let's get it in there so that you can truly move forward. Now, I want to also leave you with 7 actionable tips for fostering inclusive leadership as a successful female CEO. Now, I kind of touched on it inside of the steps, but I'm going to reiterate it inside of the tips because I believe sometimes tips and steps can marry each other. I'd like for you to understand again the importance of tip number 1. You, as a successful female CEO slash consultant, you have to know and learn how to listen actively. Okay. Make a conscious effort to listen without judgment and encouraging open dialogue in your team, within your family, within your household, within your church. Listen, we had a program yesterday, and I'm gonna tell you, I was doing a lot of active listening, especially as we were serving people to eat. some of the things that people would say, how they act, things that they would do, some of the stuff that was just not good. I was actively listening, but I had to still keep operating accordingly and remembering so that I can refer back to addressing certain things to bring stuff to people's minds so people can see how you show up really does truly matter. And there's always somebody listening when you think they're not listening. And as a business owner, you have to adapt that as well. You have to turn on those ears. Put that listening, you know how to listen actively because listening actively will help you stay in front of possible situations that may occur as a business owner, concerns that some of your employees may have, concerns that corporations may have as a consultant. You got to put your listening ear on and just make, if you're not doing it, make a conscious effort to do so without judgment. Okay. And you may have to go back and put some things in proper perspective and address some things, but do as best you can to do it without judgment so you can address it the right way, professionally. Okay. And remember to encourage open dialogue with your team members. Now, tip number two is we talked about membership with some steps up there, but let's talk about it for you as this the diverse piece, diverse mentorship. Foster mentorship programs that connect seasoned leaders, okay, with emerging talents from diverse backgrounds. Get a mixture of it in there, right? Mix some things up. I believe when you have a mix diverse leaders, seasoned leaders from all walks of life. It is so helpful. Okay, I'm African American woman. You can see that, right? But I have worked with members of my team, VAs that were, from a different race. They were seasoned in the things that they were good at. They were even in some that look like me, may sound different, speak differently. And they can get their point of view across to some of my other clients in a different way. I needed that mixed seed, flow of different types of people that train different ways, that know how to communicate differently, know how to address things differently with said people that I may not with, right? So I encourage you, look at and check out diverse mentorship. Foster mentorship programs that connect seasoned leaders with emerging talents. This is gonna help not just you, it'll help them, but it'll help your overall organization. And then, of course, for tip number 3, don't forget about that continuous education. Listen, stay informed about diversity. It is. I'm just being real. Stay informed about diversity and inclusion trends. It's real. If you think I'm playing, go check it out. Google it. I don't have to get real deep in it. Google companies that have not adapted this. And then let's see, write the story, paint the picture, and see how so many people are losing out because they have not adapted this in their organization. I encourage you not to be that company. Okay. So stay informed about diversity and inclusion trends, share relevant resources, and encourage your team to do the same. It's going to be extremely important. I've gone in several different locations, corporations, worked for years as a networks facilities manager, managed 7 states. I don't like to say call centers because they really weren't call centers. I was in charge of their IT, their information. Boy, all did this let me tell you, I had people that I was over from all walks of life, all different races, all different nationalities. Some people may speak differently. It's funny how, I'm, from the Midwest, but I've been here in Atlanta in the ATL for 35 years. Moved here, I was 19, I'm 55 now, and even the way that I talk and speak feels slightly different now. Doesn't have just the Midwest twang to it. It has a little bit of mix of Midwest and some Southern part in it, right? My husband, he's a New Yorker. So when you get people say, "Why do you talk like this? Why you do that?" No, we can't do these things. Listen, we got to understand that we may deal with people from all walks of life, talk differently, do things differently. It's important to educate yourself, stay informed of this diversity and inclusion trends. Stay ahead of the ball game. Share relevant resources. Encourage your team to do the same so you all won't walk into trouble or have issues. Okay. Inclusive language, kind of just put my hands on it. Be mindful of it, right? Ensure that your communication is inclusive and that you are considerate of different perspectives. You have to be, okay? I have nothing at all. I'm not against any of my brothers and sisters in the African American race, where I may say I only work with uh, Black female CEOs. I choose not to use that verbiage for me. I choose to be diverse all the way around. Some people may choose to be that way, but just consider things as you make these decisions, okay? They really truly do matter in your business. So be cognizant of that. Make sure that if you're not adapting to communicating inclusive, with inclusive and being considerate of different perspectives, I don't have to say it. Just be very careful and respect people and make sure that your team members are on board as well. Having the proper communications, I'm telling you, y'all, we can go a long way working together and making this thing really, truly happen in a sweet way. Now, when we look at tip number 5, this has been addressed a whole lot um, through the whole Strategic Leadership Master Series, and this deals with feedback mechanism. If you hadn't established it, listen, establish a feedback, what we call loop, that allows your team members to share experiences and suggestions anonymously if needed. Because sometimes people don't feel like they can share things openly. Now, I like to have an open door policy, but let's be real. We go to corporations and they say it's an open door policy, and some people, it doesn't pan out well for them. So this causes people not to feel like they can just be straight up front with you about the things that they feel you're not doing right as a female CEO, as a boss, as a consultant, etc. So keep that window open where you can allow, people to share their experiences and their suggestions anonymously if needed. And when they share, keep an open mind, open perspective, and look to see if there's some validity in this thing. If something may be true or real in it that you could possibly look at and thinking about changing that can help you grow a successful business. Because we're all about sustainability and growing. This is why I decided it's important to speak on going beyond just strategy and adapting this inclusive leadership into your business model. Okay. Now, number 6, we're wrapping it on up. Remember that representation matters. Ensure that you have diverse representation in decision processes. Different voices bring what? A fresh perspective. Take it for what it's for. Adapt that. Okay. Number 7, create safe spaces. If you haven't created that, it's time to do it. Cultivate an environment where everyone feels safe expressing their thoughts and ideas without fear of judgment. You have to. You really do. I believe in diversity. I believe that it is something that is so needed. And I'm going to tell you, I can't operate my business without it. I can't. Even if it comes down to something as simple as language barriers, I address it. Now, if it's too hard for me to deal with and I can understand and relate, well, then I mean that's just part of it. But I'm open to it, right? Because you may close things down where you have someone who is the bomb.com that can help you take your business to the next level. But you had to adapt this, right? Nurturing your business through inclusive leadership. Your mind is one track instead of, full circle all the way around. And understanding the importance of cultivating an environment for everyone to have a voice, cultivate an environment for, or having an environment for diversity. I'm going to tell you, I believe it's key, and I believe is the number one thing, in my opinion, that will help you grow your business. Again, that's my opinion. If you think differently, that's your business, that's your opinion. But I'm telling you, found that's extremely helpful as a female CEO or as a consultant who works with corporations, this is going to be key to your success. Whether you're going into that corporation to assist or whether you are a female CEO who has team members working with you. People want to feel safe. They want to feel like when they come to work to show up and show out for you, to make things happen for you, that you don't have to put your hands on. If they have a problem, they wanna know that it's okay for them to open and say, "I think this is weird. I don't think this works," or, "I have a problem with this being like this." As long as they deliver it in a respectful way, receive it in a respectful way, right? Oftentimes, we talk as female CEOs, we will say things like, "If you have a problem, don't come to me with the problem if you don't have a solution." Now, I agree with that for the most part, right? But sometimes people won't bring a solution to you because they fear judgment. They fear that the ideas and their thought processes that they have towards something working better or something that's bothering them, if they say something is going to be a problem. I encourage you to create an environment that feels safe, that your employees, your VAs, people that work with you will feel comfortable enough to come to you and will feel like it's all good. We're all here and we're a team and we're here to grow and succeed as business owners and as people that show up that you hire to work for you. Hey, the Holistic Health Plug, thanks so much for joining me on IG. I appreciate you all for joining me. And for those of you, of course, that have joined me over on Facebook, X, aka Twitter, YouTube, and of course, here on Instagram and YouTube. I appreciate you all for joining me there. Now, now that I've provided you with, I believe, there were 5 steps that I share with you as it pertains to today's topic of going beyond strategy, nurturing success through inclusive leadership. I also provided you 7 tips. So you got 5 steps and 7 tips that I believe if you go back and listen to it, and if you hadn't adapted it into your business model, I encourage you to do so. Use those tips to help you map some things out so you can get there, so that you can stay ahead of the ball game and not have yourself in trouble and not incorporating this into your business model. That's just my opinion. Okay. Now here is just some it's time for some practical assignment, right? AKA some homework assignments. I believe in taking practical approaches in everything that I talk about, teach, or train on. For your assignment as we wrap up and close out this weekend edition of the Strategic Leadership Mastery Series, I'd like to encourage you to reflect on your current business practices and identify at least one area where you can enhance inclusivity. Identify at least one area. It might be in your recruitment, how you're hiring people. It might be in your team communications or in your decision-making processes. Look into those things. Develop a plan and outline specific steps to implement positive change. Y'all need- y'all gotta have it. And then come back and share your insights in the comments section of this particular live that that's here. Okay? Share your insights and share your progress with us. Okay? I'd love for you to do it. Now, if you are that female CEO who doesn't necessarily like to share it out here in the social sphere over on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, right here, Instagram or X or any of the groups that you're part of, then I would encourage you to come on over to the group. And that is the Get Your Sass On community. I'd love to have you over there. Now, if you're not a member, you can join us by going to GYSO community dot Let's Talk Strategies.com. Again, that's GYSO community dot Let's Talk Strategies.com. It is a community where you will run into other like-minded female CEOs. I know we have some men that are listening, but men, I'm sorry you can't be part of that. That's for my female CEOs, and I'm keeping it close to that. I'd love to have my female CEOs, consultants, coaches, service providers join us over there. Over there, you can feel free. It's a little bit more intimate. You can drop your questions, share your insights, share your progress of how you're going about going beyond strategy, how you're nurturing through inclusive leadership. We'd love to hear from you. All right. My name is Danette Moss. And of course, I always like to tell you all who I am. I am your business systems and implementation strategist. I'm also known as the strategy lady out in a lot of the social media streets. I genuinely love working with those overwhelmed female CEOs. They're the 6 and 7-figure female CEOs that I normally work with, but all of my female CEOs. I wanna help you go from overwhelmed in your business to putting it on rinse and repeat. I'm all about working with you to literally go from strategy to implementation in your business and understanding the importance of operating with inclusive leadership, so key. Now, I do most of my training of working to help you go from strategy to implementation using my 4-step framework, and that is simplify, automate, systematize, and streamlining your business for sustainable growth. I'm all about helping you get your SaaS on in your business. I encourage you to definitely make sure that you go back through, listen to this, share this with another female CEO, another female consultant who needs to hear this. I'm all about helping you grow, and I can't wait to hear your insight of what it is you're doing and how you're progressing on things. Now, if you need a bit of help getting to this and peeling back the onion layer, getting clarity on some things, feel free to schedule your discovery session with me. I like to call it a strategy session, a discovery session. And you can join me by going over to discoverwithdanette.letstalkstrategies.com. It's a 30-minute session. I'll peel back the onion layer for 30 minutes, share things that you may need to try to get clarity on so that I can kind of help you get there. I'd love to help you. I'd be honored to help you. I've gone through this entire series of these strategic leadership mastery series, and this is the first time that I'm opening up the door to talk to you about scheduling a strategy session. I've been inviting you not just about every day to join us over in the Get Your Sass On community because that is there for you. But I felt like it was time for me to open this up because some of you all do need individual strategy sessions. If that's you, feel free. Going over there, schedule, get on my calendar. Discover with Danette.letstalkstrategies.com. I'm excited to literally talk to you about ways that we can get you to go from overwhelming your business to putting it on rinse and repeat so that you can have that sustainable growth that I know you need to have, and so that you can show up and show out for your clients. And you know who else? You can show up and show out for yourself because you deserve it. Okay. Now, I do want to encourage you to embrace your role. Okay. Embrace your role, not just as a strategist, female CEO, or consultant, but as a champion of your workplace environment, as a champion of your business, because it's still a workplace, right? A workplace where everyone can flourish. Okay. Remember that success isn't, again, I always say it at the end of just about all of our sessions, our segments. Success isn't just a destination, it's a journey where we work together. Okay. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for showing up today for the weekend edition of the Strategic Leadership Mastery Series. I am your host of this segment, Danette Moss, Business Systems and Implementation Strategist, aka the Strategy Lady over at Let's Talk Strategies, home of the SaaS Factor, where I work with those 6 and 7 figure overwhelmed female CEOs and consultants to literally simplify, automate, systematize, and streamline their business for sustainable success. And again, the end result is to work with, to literally go from strategy to implementation, taking action in your business and taking that business to the next level. Thanks so much for joining me here for the weekend edition of Strategic Leadership Mastery Series. And I invite you to come back out and join me for day 49. Wrapping it up, y'all. The end of the year is near, and I've been going live for 61 days. If it hadn't been live, it's still been pre-recorded, but this is live today. And I'm just excited about showing up and giving you the things that I truly believe you need to take your life and a business to the next level. Time to sign out. Y'all take care. Enjoy the rest of this year and happy holidays for you all. And here's to taking 2023 out with a bang and bringing 2024 in as the most successful, productive way. Y'all take care. Thanks so much for joining me. Oh, we got some comments. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Hey, Dr. Jagdish, how are you? Thanks so much. Yeah. Fresh perspective. It does mean it matters. It really does. Thanks so much. Do me a favor and share your insights in the comment section. Be sure you join us again tomorrow, okay? For day 49. Thanks so much for your comments. Take care now.